Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
All right. Check. 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 All right, I think we got our technical difficulties a little sorted out here. We are in the semifinal of the Co-op Alberta Curling Series Major. Team Keiser versus Scheidegger. Looks like this one's going to be over curl a little bit on it. It doesn't jam on the back. It does, but it does roll out. Reds are going to roll out as well. Huge thanks to Jerry Gertz and all the staff back at Curling Zone and Curling Stadium for putting together the live stream for us here today. My name is Matt Yo. I'm the owner of Tim's Ice Manufacturing and the lucky person to do the commentating here this afternoon for you. Keep the chats coming in the live chats if you'd like to say anything. Hello to you, Patrick, as well. And we hope we have a great game this afternoon. It looks like Casey's going to be trying to draw and freeze onto the one behind the corner guard. Now, she does have Hammer, being the higher seed, qualifying out of the A event. So she has got the corner guard and then she's trying to come around it here. So the ice makers here this weekend, Kyle Winters, who's also a partner of Tim's Ice with us here, as well as Justin Runsman and Logan Yo have created a really good surface for the athletes this weekend. We're looking at about 15.5 for draw to the tee line and about 4 to 4.5 feet of curl. And this one needs to throw down the brakes, but I don't think it's going to. So it gives Team Keiser an opportunity to put the rock top 12 foot right on the center line. Ideally here, depending on what turn Casey was practicing during their practice, if the other team was aware of that, they probably should put this rock on the either side of the center line, depending on what side that Team Scheidegger was playing on for practice, just to give the other path a try and make the draw for one as hard as possible. All right, Team Keiser, looks like they are going to be going right through the house, maybe catching a piece of the back there. But again, we were talking about this earlier in the broadcast that reach out to your local ice maker and ask them a little tricks of each sheet. Every sheet's kind of a living thing. So, like here at Leduc, our ice is a lot thicker in the far end than it is this end. So that actually creates a warmer temperature on the ice surface. And that creates it actually the term downhill if you want to use it, but it's about 0.2 seconds quicker going to the T line, going away from the home end here. So most teams have picked up on it, but there's only a couple teams that came and chatted with me at the beginning of the week of asking, a few questions. But do reach out to your local ice makers and get some tricks of each sheet, and they'll definitely be more than happy to answer the questions for you. So this one's coming into the house. They haven't really touched it much. Looks like it's gonna stick around maybe back 8 foot. Hand goes up, and that's a good force of 1 there for Scheidegger, and it's gonna be 1-0 Scheidegger going into the second end.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
World, we wouldn't be able to have that possible without our great sponsors. So thank you very much. So first rock goes in the house. Second rock's going to come in, take it out. Looks like this end might be a pretty blank end. I agree with you. Switzerland is ready. They played a great game earlier today against Team Korea, and came down to Switzerland needed to make a peel weight shot with their last rock to win the game, and she threw it very clean, and it was a very well played game. So they are fired up, ready to go. I know Team Scheidegger qualified out of the A, so in these triple knockouts, if you qualify out of the A, you get a full day off. So yesterday they were out throwing practice stones out here at the club and getting some workouts in. So I know that they'll be primed and ready to go as well. So it should be a great match this afternoon. So now we're actually seeing a corner guard go up by Team Switzerland. because that rock in the house is off to the side of the center line. So you wouldn't see a corner guard go up if that rock was on the button on the center line, because now that the rock has moved over to the 4-foot, this gives the opportunity for the team that has the hammer to throw a corner guard, because that button's open. So if a few shots go awry here, and at the end, the skipper needs to make a draw to the button. The draw to the button's wide open there for her, and she can bail out the team if it doesn't go according to plan. Now, if that yellow rock was on the center line, they wouldn't have that draw to the button. So that's why you see the aggressive call of the corner guard going up, and now another aggressive call of the guard going to try to cover the one on the side 4-foot, but now it's kind of a center guard. So the Team Switzerland going to try to hit and roll behind the guard here. And now Scheidegger is not tremendously upset with the situation, as now all the play is going to return back to that 4-foot right on the center line. Again, the guys have tried to produce a great service here this afternoon. So we're looking at about 15-5 for a draw to the button right now, and about 4.5 feet of curl, 4 feet of curl. It will come down to about 15-1, 15-2, more than likely around the 6th end, and stay there for the rest of the game. So a little overroll by Team Switzerland. I believe the last name is Keiser, but I could be wrong. If someone on the live chat would sound it out for me, that'd be great. But now Team Scheidegger comes down with a nice hack weight shot to try to get the roll behind, but just played it on the conservative side and just made sure she got the nose hit. Very important for those curling teams out there and the people listening. When you're playing on fast ice, 15 seconds, 15.5 seconds for a draw, that's hog-to-hog time. For your hit shots, you need to really control your weight, or else they won't curl at all. So, if you want to throw normal, maybe it's control. If you want to throw, this is where teams' communication on the times between hog lines. So if you want to throw a 6-second shot or 10-second shot, that would be normal, usually control weight, 10 seconds. But 10 seconds here would be actually a little bit less than that. So you'd have to throw it a little bit less to achieve the 10 seconds. So you just really have to communicate with your sweepers and your skip to throw the correct weight for the right shot. Oh boy, almost a big mistake there. I think the red one is out of the rings. But again, that's just the communication. Threw it a little bit too heavy for how fast and how keen the ice is. So again, with such great athletes and how great they're able to sweep the rocks and maneuver the stone down the sheet, the broom's kind of a guide, but the weight is the most important. You have to make sure you throw the correct weight for the right shot, especially in conditions that are really fast, and allow your sweepers to either keep it straight or make it curl a little bit at the end for the proper shot. If you throw it too hard, that just takes your sweepers right out of the game, and they're not able to manipulate that rock down the ice. So for those teams out there trying to get to that next level, the broom's a guide, and you really want to make sure you're throwing the right weight. So we'll see if she can bring down the weight here a little bit and get the correct shot call. I think that's a great shot. Rolls out to the open. So you're kind of into it now for Team Switzerland, Team Kaiser. Um, if you make that hit and roll on the side one, it's a big roll, and you might be behind the tee line if you make that roll behind the guard, which would be very problematic for their team because of having the hammer. So, wanting to score in the even ends, they're taking the aggressive approach and going around their corner guard. If you're going to throw a corner guard, you should try to use it throughout the end. And they're going to try to go around the corner guard here and try to set up their deuce. Very good shot there. I just got a 15-7 on that. So it's actually a little bit quicker than what's been normal here, about 0.2 seconds quicker. And it looks like there's about a half a rock exposed. So again, this shot here is all about weight control. If you can throw the right weight, just tap it through the house, you'll get the curl. But if you throw it a little bit too hard here on quick ice, it'll stay nice and straight and take your sweepers out of it. So, semifinals, your adrenaline's probably going a little bit here. You just need to take an extra deep breath, talk to your sweepers, have that communication that they're doing right now, making sure that they throw the correct weight. Just cleaning out of her hand, now hitting the brush a little bit harder. Cleaning again. Looks like this is going to be a pretty close shot. When you see her, yes, whoa, it seems that usually pretty close. Now this is decision time for Team Switzerland, Team Kaiser. Do you want to still try to keep that blank in play, or are you still going to try really hard for your two? If you want to keep the blank in play, you walk over to that yellow rock, make the hit and roll right there to the edge of the 8-foot. So the reason why they want to hit and roll to the edge of the 8-foot is if you see that red rock out of the house behind it, if you roll to almost right where the broom is currently, if Team Scheidegger wants to make the hit and roll behind the center guard, there's a very good chance that their rock could jam on the rock outside the house. And if you don't get the perfect roll, you would actually give up a chance to get two. So the correct shot call here is that they're going to try to hit that yellow rock, roll right to almost where the broom is, maybe about 3 or 4 inches past where the broom is, to make the hit and roll behind the center difficult. Working on it hard here. Good shot. Not exactly where they wanted it. Now it's going to give Team Scheidegger the opportunity to make that big roll behind the center guard with very little risk. There's nothing to jam on back there. So it gives Team Scheidegger to put some pressure on. Huge again. Thank you to our presenting sponsor for the weekend, Co-op Petroleum, as well as Global Machine and Supply. And they were our presenting sponsor of our men's event last weekend. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors this weekend. trying to work on it pretty hard here for the roll, and now they're off. Going to be really close. Hurry. Oh, great shot. Great touch shot by Team Scheidegger there. Great communication between the sweepers. The skip holding the broom there into making a great roll. So it's probably about an eighth to a quarter open, possibly. So they're going to take a little go at this to see if they could peel it out for the blank. So again, I know I've been talking about this a little bit in the beginning of the game, but this one's very. This shot is going to be a lot to do with weight control. So if you overthrow this, it's going to run very straight. But to remove this stone and to get your shooter out, you probably only need a control weight because of the ice being so fast. Out of her hand, just a clean right now. Looks like she didn't overthrow it. These ladies have a real good grasp on the ice right now. Off, on, all the way down. What a great throw. These ladies have been firing all weekend. Great throw. Back-to-back shots. Blank end. 1-0 Scheidegger going into 3.
The legend returns. The all-new ruggedly redesigned 2022 Nissan Pathfinder.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Team Scheidegger over Team Keiser. Good couple ends here. Great couple shots in the last end. One to get behind the center guard and then one to peel it out. So fantastic curling. Great conversation here on the live chat about the slam that was potentially going to Vegas, as well as possibly Vegas or the U.S. Curling Association putting on some more curling events. That's something here at the Alberta Curling Series that myself, Ted Appelman, Lindsay Birch, and Scott Hebert, we're actually going to be doing here over the next year, is reaching out to these organizations, U.S. Curling Association, Switzerland, and trying to design our schedule here at Leduc to accommodate some more international teams. What we're trying to do is create a series of events here in Leduc with the live streaming and the availability to get their team sponsors out there, as you just saw in the last commercial there for Nissan, for Team Scheidegger, and get some more awareness out there for these athletes to get a little bit more money and create a place where you can get some more sponsors, so you're not really dipping into your own pocketbook too much to try to get to that next level of curling. So that is our plan here at the Alberta Curling Series, to reach out to these organizations to try to develop a schedule that, since here at Leduc, we're only about a 15-minute, 10-minute drive from the airport. Lots of great hotel partners that we're going to be bringing on board over the next year here. and something that we can do to try to grow the sport in every country as well as in our province here in Leduc, Alberta. Again, a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Co-op Petroleum, for our Ladies Alberta Curling Series Major. And also our other sponsors here for the event, Global Machine and Supply, Sticks and Stones Pub and Eatery up here in the Leduc Rec Center, Ice Advice, who gives our ice makers the technology to see what our temperatures are doing minute by minute on our phone, and actually has saved our clubs a few times with our plant shutting off when up here in Canada when it gets minus 50. Our plants don't like to work and keep the ice cold, which kind of seems weird, but we have lots of heat going in our buildings to keep the pipes from freezing. So that's why we need a good plant to run it during the minus 40s. But our ice advices let us know when our plant shuts off, and we need to get a hold of the refrigeration company to come in and take a look. Also, Hack to House. Hack to House is our new curling supplier here in Edmonton. Reach out, doesn't matter where you're from, to hacktohouse.com, and they have an unbelievable revenue share program that is available for curling clubs that have pro shops and that do not have pro shops. All of our curlers, they need shoes, they need brooms, and they're buying it from somewhere, so you might as well buy it from hacktohouse.com and get your curling club a percentage of the profit. So visit hacktohouse.com for any information. So it looks like Team Scheidegger is going to try to split the house here and get the force on. Again, about 0.2 seconds quicker coming down this way than it is the other way. I think the teams have picked up on that, so this looks good all the way out of her hand, right to the tee line. Fantastic shot. Once again, my name is Matt Yo. Pleasure doing some commentary with you. This is my, I think, fourth game that I've done, so please bear with me if I don't sound proper or not doing things the proper way. But I want to throw a huge thanks to Jerry Gertz and the Curling Stadium crew in putting this all together for us to get some more curling coverage out there for the teams. Couple big other shout outs to the team out there at Curl Zone and Curling Stadium. James Gordon has been helping me out tons. I always say that I'm an ice maker. I know how to freeze water, but when it comes to technology and getting the mic going and whatnot, not so much. So thank you so much, James Gordon, Rory McCusker. And I'm looking for the... Haley Britton. Sorry, Haley, I didn't have your name readily available there for me, but Haley's been stepping in and helping out with the production as well. So thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. Brings a lot of awareness to our curling teams as well as to our sponsors for these events. And, it's been a great partnership moving forward. We are going to be using Curling Stadium for our Alberta men's and ladies provincials coming up here in January and February. Hosted in January by the Wetaskiwin Curling Club, which is just south here from Leduc, in their hockey rink. It's going to be a phenomenal event down there. So reach out to Wetaskiwin Curling Club for any tickets as well as sponsorship opportunities there. And really interesting and fun idea what we're doing is putting the men's provincials in the Enoch Casino here just west of Edmonton at the River Creek Casino. It's going to be a phenomenal event hosted by the Avonare Curling Club. And more information is going to be coming out here by the end of the month for those big events. So. Yeah, Rebecca here on the live stream. Absolutely. You know what? We're going to have probably two of the top 5 teams in the world competing for Alberta provincials between Botcher and Cooey. It's going to be phenomenal to have every game streamed for the Alberta provincials, and also the ladies provincials. All the new teams that have made their changes up this year. It's going to be a battle this year. It's going to be great to see, get a lot more curling coverage out there, and we're excited to be partners with Curling Stadium to provide the viewership for you guys. All right, it's going to give opportunity here for Team Keiser to make the double and get the blank back on here. So, really important shot of the end here. Real good question, Rebecca, about will Sportsnet be stealing the playoffs? Nothing has been announced. Sportsnet contract has been completed, so there has been nothing announced for the coverage for the semifinals and finals on the Sundays. I know Curling Alberta and other curling associations have been working hard for that, but you know what? Our live stream numbers and our curling community have really jumped behind this curling stadium and our live stream setup here. So I think we can provide a fantastic viewership and fantastic way for everyone to be able to watch all the provincial games through Curling Stadium and the Alberta Curling Series. So we'll keep you posted on the semifinals and finals. But as it stands right now, there is no plans for Sportsnet or CBC or anybody like that to put them on TV. And I think the opportunity is there for these companies to jump back on board. But as it stands right now, there's nothing planned. Tough mistake there again. I'm not sure if she was a little bit full of the broom or it just didn't curl. Or again, if we're just caught a little bit on a case of the heavies. So a few things could have happened in that shot. Typically, again, when the ice is this fast, when it's about 15.5, you really have to control your weight and allow your sweepers to move it back or forth. So it might have been just a little bit heavy out of the hand there. Yeah, absolutely, Megan. It was fantastic that Grand Prairie did an amazing job last year on the men's and ladies provincials during our little Omicron wave that we've had with COVID, and they put on an absolute fantastic show. And it was great to see the live stream on one sheet for the weekend, and hopefully the Alberta Curling Series with Tasman Curling Club as well as the Avonare there at River Cree can provide the same experience, if not better, with streaming all 4 of the sheets and really trying to get a great experience for the viewers, not just locally, but like you said, international viewers that aren't able to watch when it's on Sportsnet. So, absolutely. Very good comment there for sure. All right, so I'm going to try to jump up here and actually get a time on this one and see what we're sitting here for hog to hog split time. So open draw in turn. Looks like they're taking about 4.5, 5 feet of ice here. Ideal place to put this, it kind of sounds funny, but is back 4 foot or top 4 foot, somewhere within those 4 feet. That gives the roll out for the blank a little bit more difficulty. So 15.66 I got on that one. Nicely brushed in. And another reason why some people like to throw that back 4, actually, sometimes when I was doing this, I'd like to throw it back 8 foot because it actually gives an extra 4 to 8 feet of curl on that blank opportunity. So not a lot of people throw a blank from the back 8 foot. So if you put the same ice down for a top 8 foot blank, when the rock's a back 8 foot, it might give that odd chance to curl a little bit more through the slide path and get a nose hit for a force of 1. So when you're making these draws to force the team for a blank, take that extra second and just make sure where you want to put it and be as precise as possible. Looks like this is a clean all the way down. Fantastic. Oh, nosed her. Force of 1. 1-1 going into the 4th end. And we'll be back. Welcome back to the Co-op Petroleum Ladies Curling Alberta Major. And we saw a little mistake by Team Switzerland there. Team Keiser with a nose hit in the 3rd end, giving the hammer back to Team Scheidegger in the even ends here in the 4th. Center guard goes up here. Now we're starting to get into the later half of the game. And, you want to try to force or steal here. And we have a center guard, and I believe we have a corner guard going up. So it looks like we're going to have some rocks in play. So I can be quiet about our potential plans and actually try to commentate some of the game here. So we have now the attempt to go around the center guard. So the proper placement of this shot would be just biting top 4 foot right on the center line. The reason for that is any deeper, if it's, let's say it's top button or right on the T line, it gives the Team Shatter to come down, tap it back a little bit, and start creating that wall in the back of the house. Top 8 or top 12 foot, it actually creates another guard. So if you wanted to come around it, it would bury around that to get to the button. So just biting top 4 foot would be the plan here. All right, so double centers. Now we're going around the corner guard here. So yeah, we're definitely going to get some rocks into play. Yeah, definitely unfortunate, Steve, that last year with the Scotties, it was a no fan Scotties there in Thunder Bay. I know if they would have had funds or fans in that building, it would have been absolute ruckus and tons of fun. So, great point of trying to get back up there again to do another event. I know that's a great curling community and a bunch of great people up there in Thunder Bay. All right, so 4 guards. First 4 shots, we got 4 guards. So there's definitely going to be some rocks in play here. And what they're going to be trying to do here again is to come around those 2 center guards right top 4 foot. So Team Switzerland playing with 3 players this weekend. They played earlier today, so that one sweeper is probably getting a little bit tired. But I know they'll be working hard and jumping up there and helping their sweeper out. So this one looks good coming into the house. Skipper almost looked like she wanted to jump up there and give a hand. But to those skips out there, unless one of your sweepers is going to peel off and let you get in there, stand back, call line, call them to get it to sweep or stop sweeping or, do your job, let your sweepers do theirs, unless the one sweeper is going to peel off. That third sweeper getting out there is not creating enough friction to really have any bearing on where that rock goes. To Steve's, the 4th player of the Swiss team, I'll have to ask Jerry, but I believe it's an injury. Oh, right on the nose. That's great shot there. Ticks it over, takes it out of the 4-foot. Replaces one of the red guards up there with one of her color guards. So the next time she runs it back, she has an opportunity to hit it and stick it in the house, and then it's her color in the house. So trying to replace the rock they just threw. Looks like she's getting on the other side here to try to make it curl a bit. Been a couple rocks come down this path, so it's probably becoming pretty speedy. Another thing to recognize out there for those curlers, those juniors, those people trying to get to this level, when you start seeing 2 or 3 rocks go down the same path, that path actually gets warmer. So as the path gets warmer, the rock will actually slide better. So again, in the previous few commentaries, being an ice maker, some people think colder the ice, the faster the rock. It's actually the opposite. When the ice warms up, the tendency is for it to get speedier. It actually gets quicker out there. When the plant kicks on, and we talked about this last time, is lots of curling clubs. You'll see when the plant kicks on, the lights will actually dim inside your facility for a brief second. And then about 30 to 40 minutes after that plant kicks on, the ice temperature will actually start going into a cooling state, which it actually starts to contract a little bit, and that'll actually start to have your rocks slow up. So as a sweeper, as a skip, if you see those lights dim a little bit, and that means your plant has kicked on, you'll know in about 35 to 45 minutes, the ice will start getting colder, and you'll experience the rocks will start to slow down a little bit. All right, so Team Scheidegger switching up the game plan here. Going to be going around the corner guard. Had the pleasure of meeting Kate. Actually, I believe it was back in 2014. My wife and I, we won the provincial mixed doubles and went to Ottawa and had the pleasure of meeting Kate down there when she was playing for Team Manitoba. Very nice lady. Good shot here. Back 4 foot. Pretty much dead buried. So as you're looking at this here for the people that, again, juniors, curlers that aren't at this level, you want to control your weight here, and if at all possible, your miss would be to actually hit one of those corner guards and roll into the center. Your miss wouldn't be wide to miss everything. If you hit the corner guard, your rock will actually spin to the center. So, or you can just feather past the guard, hit it and roll behind the guard anyways, just perfect. Fantastic shot there. Very true, Mark P. If you have the LED lights, you probably won't see the dim, but you'll definitely hear the plant kick on, or in a bigger facility, maybe walk by it every once in a while you're playing. You're allowed to leave your sheet. When I was playing at not a high level, but a decently higher level, I used to do a lot of walking around, just seeing how other sheets are reacting, where the plant is located in the rink. Is the plant located on sheet 1? Is the plant located on sheet 8? Where am I playing? Comparable to where the plant is. If the plant's on sheet 1, usually sheet 8 will be a little bit warmer than sheet 1. Usually sheet 1 will be colder. So therefore, the further away from the plant you get, usually the speedier you get. So just little tidbits like that can definitely go into to try to make better and more quality shots. Great shot there by Team Scheidegger, back 4 foot, cuts them down here, and it's going to give the opportunity for Team Keiser to come right down and sit right on top of it as well. So that scoring zone is starting to get shrunk up a little bit here, which is definitely the advantage to the team that does not have the hammer. Update on the other semifinal game here. We have Team Japan and Team Korea. Team Japan, Kitazawa, is up 3-1 over Team Gim from Korea, playing in the 4th end. All right, probably looking at about 15-2 to 15-4 to get to that back 4 foot rock. Looked like picked up sweeping right out of her hand, so it might have been a touch light. And definitely is, yeah. All right, Team Scheidegger with a huge opportunity here to get one top 4 foot, full 4 foot. Even back to that broom's not a terrible shot. You definitely want to lie 2 here. Right where her broom is the ideal position. The reason for that is that if you leave this just top 4 foot, biting top 4 foot, it gives Team Switzerland, Team Keiser, the opportunity to play that out turn draw again, down to that back yellow one on the button. So you want this one just biting top button, so it takes away that draw, that out turn draw for Team Keiser to the back yellow one. All right, looks good out of her hand. Just light dusting. Trying to sweep for some curl now. So again, this one wants to be about 3/4 open, but gives gives the opportunity for the out turn draw right to that broom there on the back 4-foot rock. Mark P, the final should be at 3:30, depending if any of these games go a little bit longer than planned. But 3:30 would be the start of the practice for the final game. $3:30 Mountain Time. That is correct. Yeah. All right, so gets an opportunity to do the same shot twice. Need about an extra 15 feet on her last shot to get this in there properly. Again, some light dusting, getting on it now a little bit. Very important to get this one locked in. Looks like it's coming in there pretty well. Fantastic shot. Absolutely fantastic shot. Fully buried. Top button. I think Team Scheidegger is going to try to get past that center line guard by about 2 or 3 inches and try to contact about 1/3 of this rock, maybe 1/4 of this rock to punch it through the hole. And I don't think the plan is here to save the shooter, so this would be a thin chisel over for 2 points. This is overburied, it looks like, by about 1 inch. So this is going to be a very difficult shot here. This is overburied. Now as a sweeper, you're going to be watching that center line as much as you can. Head down, watching that center line, knowing that that rock can't touch the center line. Oh, just touches it. Oh, super close. Well, great draw by Team Keiser there for the steal. 2-1 over Scheidegger playing the 5th end.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The legend returns, the all-new ruggedly redesigned 2022 Nissan Pathfinder.
And we're back to the Leduc Rec Center here in Leduc, Alberta for the Co-op Petroleum Alberta Curling Series Major. We have Team Keiser over Scheidegger 2-1 playing in the fifth end with Scheidegger having the hammer. That was a great steal. That was a great shot by the skip there for Team Switzerland to get that rock in a perfect spot. And it just ticked the guard as it was coming in to play the tap back for two. So now Scheidegger has the hammers in the odd ends. So it looks like Team Switzerland going to throw up that center guard and really force Scheidegger to score in this end. And then they'll have the hammer in the sixth end and then the eighth end if everything goes to plan. Huge shout out to a couple of our sponsors out there. Tim's Ice Manufacturing, Sticks and Stones Pub and Grill and Concession here in the Leduc Rec Center. Ice Advice Ice Sensors to help us ice technicians keep up on minute-to-minute ice temperatures in our ice. As well as Hack to House, a new retailing curling store here in Edmonton that's developed a profit share program for all of your curling clubs to add a revenue stream. So reach out to hacktohouse.com for any of your curling needs, as well as if you are part of a curling club, make sure you write down what curling club you're part of, and if they're part of our revenue share program, they get a portion of the profits. All right, so we're going to see a battle here in the last four ends of this curling game for sure. Oh, wow. That might have been a little bit of a miscommunication with the team there. They're trying the tick shot, but it looked like they're trying to make a curl, and if they would have maybe tried to keep it straight, you had a chance to get the one off the top button instead of the guard. So maybe a little miscue there, and going to give Team Keiser an opportunity to set up another guard. My name's Matt Yo. I third or fourth time commentating, so I appreciate the offer from Jerry Gertz and the staff there at Curling Stadium to give me the opportunity to try out a little bit of the broadcasting career. So be easy on me, and hope to provide some ice information as well as some curling information for those viewers out there. So thank you very much for tuning into the live stream and spending the afternoon with us. Anyone in the live chat there, go ahead. Any questions? I am an ice maker. We run the facility here at the Leduc Rec Center. Our ice makers for the event is actually my partner in Tim's Ice Manufacturing, Kyle Winters, as well as Justin Runsman, who's a top-level junior curler that has been with us for the last couple of years. And they've provided a great surface for these ladies and these athletes to play on. So again, we were chatting about this earlier, but here at the Leduc Rec Center, we have about 3.5 inches of ice in the far end. and about 1.5 inches ice on this end. So that creates a little bit of a warming trend on the far end of the ice, and it actually creates a little bit faster conditions going away from the home end than coming home. So again, out there, anybody that's in your local club or playing in any events or bond spiels, search out your local ice technician and ask them for some tricks. Each sheet's a touch different, each rock's a touch different, and no better information than from the gentleman or the lady who is working that ice every day, and they can definitely help you out with some pointers. So I think Team Scheidegger has an opportunity here to make a double peel. Open it up. And if they don't make the double peel, they have a possibility of taking that one off the button as well. Right out of her hand, a little bit of sweep, backs it up a little bit. Triple. Oh, fantastic shot. Absolute fantastic shot. Well done. Excuse me. So Team Keiser, we're going to walk up, peel off the corner guard. And looks like we might be set up for a blank end here. No rocks in play. I'm assuming this will be a corner guard going up. Oh, maybe not. Going to come in the house and guarantee the blank. So a little question from Rebecca here in the live chat. And when I'm watching a scrape and I see there's a line where there's more ice is being taken off, is there likely a straight spot at that point? So there's it all depends, Cheryl, is if that's the first scrape going down the sheet and you see a little bit more ice being cut off in a certain spot of the blade, couple options. Either there is a little bit of a high spots with some pebble there, or your blade's a little bit more aggressive in that spot. If you see it's the second scrape going down the path and it's moved a little bit, that blade is 5 feet across. So with every pass that you go down, you go over some of the spots twice, and that blade will take off more ice from a spot that hasn't been down before. All right, a series of hits here. I'm going to be set up for the blank. Scheidegger going to be taking a 2-1 disadvantage heading into the sixth end if everything plays out properly here. Again, I'll take this opportunity to do a huge shout out to some of our sponsors for the event. Co-op Petroleum is the title sponsor of the Alberta Curling Series Ladies Major. Global Supply Machine and Supply was our presenting sponsor for the men's major, as well as a sponsor of the Alberta Curling Series. Our Sticks and Stones pub here in Leduc Rec Center. Ice Advice sensors for our ice makers. Tim's Ice Manufacturing, which is doing the ice here this weekend for the event. As well as Hack to House is our new curling supplier here in Edmonton for ice supplies as well as curling products. And they are developing a profit share model for all of your curling clubs. So please reach out to hacktohouse.com for any of your curling needs, as well as if you're a curling club or a part of a curling club, make sure that curling club signs up for the profit share program to develop another revenue stream to help out your local club. hacktohouse.com. All right, Skip's first rock here, looking at it for a nose hit. Maybe even a little bit of a roll out towards the wings to make her opponent make a big roll into the center, so the blank would be more difficult. Correct. So the Okotoks final is at 2 p.m. Our final is going to be at 3:30 practice, so more probably a 4 o'clock Mountain start. So you'll be able to watch the Okotoks final and then come over to the Alberta Curling Series or Curling Stadium to watch the ladies final here. So. All right, Team Switzerland, Team Keiser's last stone here. Looking at a hit and roll to the center line to make this blank the toughest possible. All right, so broom goes down, looks for the blank opportunity to keep the hammer in the even ends. There's been one blank opportunity missed this game. Let's see if we can get a blank here. Very important shot in this game to keep the hammer in the sixth end. We have a second blank opportunity missed in this game. So 2-2 tie going into the sixth end. Team Switzerland, Team Keiser will have the hammer.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
All right, we're back to the 2022 Co-op Petroleum Alberta Curling Series Ladies Major. First rock of the end by Team Scheidegger goes back 4 foot, and looks like we're going to see a hit. Trying to take a blank into the seventh end. Wow, huge shout out to Roy McCuster. We've got the Japanese and Korean semifinals going on in 3 different languages this afternoon. Fantastic. I love what you guys are doing there at Curling Stadium, and it's really bringing the sport to another level and bringing our events for the Alberta Curling Series into the next level. So congratulations, Rory, and you guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much. These type of ends, I wish we had someone in the booth here with me trying to make some commentary. If anyone's out there in the Leduc area and is looking for an opportunity to do some broadcasting, please reach out to me and come join me for the final. Well, we got a big miss there, so it looks like we're going to set up a corner guard for Team Keiser. We did have some interesting stuff going on here. It looked like Kate Cameron was had her shoes off and running shoes on, backpack on, possibly maybe leaving the game for flight or some reason. But it looks like she just dropped her bag and they're putting her curling shoes back on. So not sure what's happening there. Maybe I'll try to reach out after this end and see what's transpired for all of you. But looks like we're going to have Kate come back in the game here. I know with our good transportation delays and flight cancellations and flight changes and whatnot, maybe something happened where her flight got changed, but maybe it happened where the flight got changed again. Who knows at these these times? But everyone's having a little bit of a laugh out there. So looks like she's getting her gloves back and gonna swing back into this game here. Yeah, everyone's having quite the chuckle out there right now. So she's heading back down there to throw her rock here. So. Oh, Steve, keep Air Canada out of it. Right back into the game, right into sweeping a hard rock down the ice here. So. This looks really close. Good try. Slowly getting that rock over towards the corner guard. I think tapping the back of the shoe for this team, I believe, is a hack weight call. So that means that rock, if you let it go and it didn't hit anything, would come to rest in the hack. So just through the house weight. See if she can calm her nerves from putting the shoes back on, coming back into the game. catches enough of it to squeak it out the side, and that gives Team Keiser an opportunity to go around that corner guard. So that corner guard she threw about 5 shots ago is going to come into play here and see if they can get their deuce out of it. So important for Team Keiser to score here. Get their 1, get their 2, have the advantage going into the 7th end. Force their team, the opposition, to take a point or 2, and then they'll have the hammer in the all-important 8th end. I definitely agree with you, Kevin, here in the live chat. This team is going to be one of the ones to watch over the next 4 years. This is going to be a real fun team to watch. 4 great shot makers and great sweepers. It's going to be a treat to watch these 4 ladies over the next 4 years. So, going to give Kate the opportunity to come around these corner guards. Lightly dusting. Starting to make its move there. Great shot. Absolutely fantastic shot right around the corner guards there. All right, so just a freeze. Maybe possibly a freeze tap here. Keep the angle. I know that the ice maker here this weekend, Kyle Winters, was chatting with this team yesterday after they qualified, and was talking about sometimes having 3 players is an advantage, because if you're hot, you want to throw an extra rock. And one of the ladies said, "Yeah, but if you're not, you don't want to throw that extra rock." So, there's a pretty good team that won some spiels last year with only 3 players, but it was pretty funny hearing the ladies talk about, yeah, but if you're not going well, you definitely don't want to be throwing that 3rd rock. So sometimes more often than not, it is a disadvantage having 3 players. So big opportunity here for Team Scheidegger. Couple shot options for her. They could draw another one right on that top yellow, and that would be an uber aggressive call. Or the hit and roll in front of the yellow one off the top 12, which would be more of a conservative, but also, probably the right call to make, tied up without the hammer. If you were down 1 or 2 without the hammer, you probably might look at freezing another one right on top of the top yellow. But your scoreboard in the situation dictates this shot here. So very important on this shot to control your weight. Let your sweepers do the work for you. So again, for those sweepers out there, this is a great opportunity to watch that center line. So you know that rock, to make the shot properly, needs to be about half on the center line at impact. So while you're sweeping that rock down there, you can anticipate how much curl you need for the shot to be made. And that one looked like it might have been a touch light, but nose hit gives the opportunity here for Team Switzerland, Team Keiser to hit and flop behind that center guard, or try another freeze tap back. To me, I think the proper shot or the easier shot to call here would be that freeze tap, and you'd be behind the corner guards. You know, there is 2 yellows still in play, but your rock should be fully covered. And tap that one back to the back 8 foot. There's lots of curl going to the wings here, so that shot would be pretty easy. This shot's pretty difficult. You know, if you end up hitting it and rolling right dead behind that yellow rock, all Scheidegger has to do is a nose hit onto the red and be lined up perfect there. And then you got a really tough shot as Team Keiser. So, you know, a couple of opportunities here. There's about 3 shots on the table. You know, first shot, you could probably hit the rock that they just hit and rolled over to the wings. So then it gives Scheidegger the opportunity to freeze another one in there, and then you would have an easy draw for your 1. Second shot is an in-turn tap, and tap that yellow rock, the shot that they were trying to play with their first rock, and stay behind those corner guards, and that would be a great call. Or the third shot, which I think is what they're planning, is a little bit more weight, tapping that yellow rock and rolling right behind the other yellow, right on the button. Looks like they're sweeping it real hard here. And they might get away with it here. Oh, no. I thought it was going to be a tick-tick. But nope. It's going to give Team Scheidegger an opportunity to throw one right there, right at Kate's broom. Right there to Kate, yeah. To cut off that draw for 1. So it would push Team Keiser to the wide in-turn around that top 12 rock to get her 1. So I'll stand up here, see if we can get another shot clock on there, a time clock on this. See what we're looking for. I think she wants to be top 12. So in my estimation, we're probably looking at a 15-2 to 15-3 to top 12, top 8. All right, out of her hand, dusting it, not too anxious about line. Yelling at it to sweep now for line. 15-5, so the speed's still up there. Perfect. We'll use that adage in the curling world all the time. You couldn't have walked it down any better. Fantastic shot there by Team Scheidegger. 15-5, top 12. So the speed is staying up there in the 6th end. Huge shout out to our ice makers for the event. Kyle Winters, Justin Runsman from Tim's Ice Manufacturing. Leading ice consulting and contracting here in Alberta. Reach out to timsice.ca for any questions, consulting, or ice making. All right, wide in turn. The path hasn't been used out here for a while, but it's the wide in turn. Come around that top 12 rock. Got to be in the 4 foot to get 1. Pressure shot here. Pretty positive out to the broom. Lots of spin, so that'll keep the speed on it for a while. Probably keep it a little bit straight as well. Well, they're working on it hard here. Working on it hard. Where all the summer workouts come. Go, go, go. Sweep. Oh, great shot. Great sweeping. Absolute fantastic sweeping. Top 4 foot. Gets the 1. Goes up 3-2 on Team Scheidegger going into the 7th end.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Keiser to get the 1 point. 3-2 advantage on Team Scheidegger going in the 7th end. Couple ways to play this 7th end if you're Team Keiser. It's either double center guards or 1 center guard go in. Really put the pressure on Team Scheidegger. If you're trying to throw that guard in the 7th end to try to alleviate this tick shot, you want to try to throw the high guard first. So this tick shot, it gives Team Scheidegger a couple outs. You could just move it a few feet and get it into the rings, and then you can take it out with your next rock. But if you have that high center guard to start with, you don't have that opportunity to tap it in the rings and get it out with your second shot. You actually have to play the split or nothing. So fantastic shot there. Fantastic shot by Taylor McDonald there, lead for Team Scheidegger. 2 things happened there. It was a great shot because it allows your rock to get into the rings. So teams out there in the 7th end up 1. If you're going to throw a center guard, make sure that center guard's halfway. Because then with that tick shot, it's very difficult for the other team to get their rock into the house. So now that rock's in the house, Team Keisers will be very, very careful with it. They don't want to throw another center guard because now, a few shots here and there, you could be set up for a 3-ender. So they're going to take out this rock and lie too. So if I know Casey, there's going to be rocks running up and down the sheet here, and she's going to try her hardest to get a blank out of this situation. Great shot there. You got two nibblers. And the reason why she's hitting the one in the back is that if she hits the one in the front and doesn't get into the rings, there's going to be a guard going up. The reason why she's hitting the one in the back here is that she'll be shot rock in the 12-foot, and then Team Keiser will come after them again. It's a big mistake by Team Scheidegger because more than likely there'll be a center guard going up here now. Yeah, pressure's going to be on. Again, a huge thanks and shout out to Co-op Petroleum as being the presenting sponsor here for the Alberta Curling Series Major. Huge shout out to Curling Zone and Curling Stadium for providing the live stream for our Alberta Curling Series events. Leduc Curling Club, Andrea Proctor, General Manager here at the Leduc Curling Club. Fantastic facility, staff, and absolute fantastic facility. Can't say anything bad about this facility. We have 3 hockey rinks, 8-sheet curling club, and two fields, soccer field and a basketball courts. Great facility, great staff that run here in the LRC as well. All right, center guard goes up. Now we're going to try the double peel. On it pretty hard off the hand here. All right, so we got back-to-back mistakes here by Team Scheidegger, so it's going to give opportunity to Keiser to get it one top 4-foot buried around that center guard. Reason why we say it's a semi-center guard is it's actually not touching the center line. So all the shots being made here, at the worst case scenario, Team Scheidegger is going to have an in-turn draw to the button for one shot or 1 point. If that rock was on the center line as a true center guard, if all the shots were made, they'd have a very, very difficult shot for one. But if everything's made here, they should have a draw to the button for one. Oh, fantastic shot. Great weight call there. Top 4-foot, dead buried. Update on the other semifinal. Team Japan, Team Karazawa have scored one here in the 5th end, and they're up 5-2 on Team Gim from Korea. Big opportunity here for Team Keiser to really put the pressure on. Tight guard here. Looks like another fantastic draw shot here by Team Keiser. Top 12-foot, dead buried. It's going to have a big shot here by Kate. Run back double. Just missed the top 12-foot. So again, going to be a center guard go up here, or half center guard, like we talked about earlier. That guard's going to be off the center line. So, if the run backs aren't made or if everything stays the same, there is going to be an opportunity for an in-turn draw for one for Team Scheidegger. So, not a horrendous opportunity here, but lots of pressure, obviously. So this one's going to be a halfway guard to guard those ones top 12 and top 4 foot. Came in a little bit deep, going to give Team Scheidegger an opportunity to make a double roll behind the corner guard. So this then could change really quick here. Big opportunity here for Team Scheidegger to make this double and roll behind the corner guard. So not quite the result that Kate was hoping there. Didn't get that rock out of the rings and didn't roll behind the corner guard. So tough break, but again, the way it's transpiring, they're hoping to have their shot for one here. So Team Keiser is going to try to hit and roll in front of their rock that's top 4 foot. Hard out of her hand. This has started to curl. Going to leave that one top 4 foot exposed. So again, opportunity here for Scheidegger. So 2 options here for Casey. She could hit and roll behind the red guard that's top 12 foot. Or she could just hit and roll out to the side 8 foot for shot rock and make Team Keiser hit them. And then they would have a draw to the 4 foot for their 1 point to guarantee their one. If you hit and roll behind this one top 12 foot, it gives it a pretty short run back to go nose for Team Keiser to really put the pressure on Team Scheidegger to have to hit the 4 foot to get one. So but if you roll behind the red one, at least there is an opportunity for a miss, and that opportunity for 2 is still available. So they want to be close here. Make sure they hit it. This one looks like it's curling. They're working on it hard. Taylor's working on it hard. Looks like they're just under icing for the shot that they're trying to make here. They've over curled about 5 times this end for the doubles, for the lightweight hits. Just looks like they're under icing a little bit on the ice here. All right, so Team Keiser trying to throw that center guard back on that rock. Very well executed. Going to give Casey the draw to the forefoot, full forefoot touching button for 1 point to tie it up to go into the 8th end. All right, so I'm going to throw a rock time on this one as well, see where we're at. I'm thinking we're probably still in the neighborhood of a 15-3, 15-4. Right out of their hand, they're working on it pretty hard. Kind of backed off of it now here. This looks hot. So this was 14-6. Is it going to stick around? Back 8 foot, 14-6, back 8 foot. Team Keiser steals one, goes 4-2 on Scheidegger going into the 8th end. All right, 4-2 coming down the stretch here in the 8th end. Team Keiser over Scheidegger. Probably a little bit of a miscue there with a center guard going up. Usually up 4-2, you probably want to throw that rock in the house. But we're going to see some rocks in play this end. So 4-2 to Keiser over Scheidegger. Huge shout out to Co-op, our presenting sponsor here of the Alberta Curling Series Major. Great corner guard put up there by Scheidegger's lead. And coming around the center guard here. Working on it hard here to try to get it around. Having three players, that thrower comes up and gives him a hand. Perfect shot right down, top 4 foot, dead buried. So I've seen this happen a few times with Team Scheidegger, where it's completely buried and they go around the corner guard. So in my thought process, I would be very interested to see if you could do an in-turn draw, even if you try to tap that one top 4 foot back a little bit. And if you play it really tight to the center guard, if you hit the center guard, you would roll behind the corner guard if you're playing that in-turn tap with this shot. It would give you a couple opportunities to either get rid of that center guard, push it over a little bit, or make the shot perfect, and you would be behind the center guard and push that red rock back. So this shot, although it's a great shot, goes behind the quarter, puts the pressure on, but gives them the opportunity to throw another guard, throw another one in the house, take the one out that's in the house out. It doesn't give you a few options like the in-turn tap would have. They like to play a lot of splits in the other ends to get the rocks off the center line. And that might have been the play here, to try to split that rock off and roll behind your guard. But see how it transpires. So, and then conversely, this shot here, you want to play it really tight to that corner guard to hit it, because if you tap the corner guard, it would actually roll to the center to cover yours up. But look at this shot, fantastic shot played out there in the wings. Enough weight, tap it through, fantastic shot. Gives Casey an opportunity to draw there again, corner freeze it. But then you'll see Team Keiser go up and peel off that corner guard, more than likely. And then Casey's going to have to do something with that center line rock. A little bit of a mistake there, but not quite. Mistake there would have been actually heavy. That's a good plan B. You have double corner guards up now, but going offense all the way. Going to call a possible center guard here. Very aggressive call. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that you agree. I always say I'm right once a day, or I guess twice a day, just like a clock. A broken clock. All right, they've changed up the shot call to peel off one of these corner guards, which is probably the proper call, being up 2. Good shot there. Now, opportunity here for Casey to maneuver that center guard a little bit. So this is an interesting shot call. You want to make sure that your shooter sticks around here. If it doesn't, it's going to be a peel of the corner guard and more than likely end over. So um, very important to stick this guard, even though if you just replace it, at least that you've replaced it with a yellow one. And that's a great shot there. Fantastic, absolutely. So you got the double corner guards. You got one red rock behind the corner guard, behind the tee line, and then the lone red one up at the 4 foot. So great shot call there. Great weight execution, not overthrowing it. And now put some pressure on Team Keiser here to string some shots together to make sure there isn't a deuce in play. So just electing to peel off the guard that was guarding the one back 4 foot. Very experienced, very well thought out process there of peeling that guard that was actually guarding your own rock, but in a bad way. Your own rock was back tee line and behind a corner guard. So fantastic thought process there to remove the rock that was guarding your own rock and getting away from this freeze. But now Kate's going to try the freeze to that rock that's on the tee line. Yeah, absolutely. One of the things here in the live chat was you kind of make every shot when you're behind the glass, and you're absolutely right. I haven't missed one today yet. My dad growing up, spending tons of time at the rinks when he was one of the top ice makers in Canada, and talking to all the the Kerry Burtnicks and the Russ Howards and all of those guys talking strategy. The general consensus was the better strategy will sometimes work better than shot making. Nowadays, everyone's got the shots in their back pocket, and every little advantage counts. So, and me being not the best curler, I needed to make sure I knew when the lights dimmed and the plant came on and the ice tightened up, and I needed every single advantage possible to win any game. So, all right, gonna try to replace that rock, just a little bit more curl, a little less weight on a freeze attempt on the side here. Now, another option is you don't have to play this freeze. As well as all these ladies hit and how hard they can throw it, a dead freeze out there, half a rock and the rock's probably gone anyways. You do have a yellow guard up there that you could be using to get around it, and put some pressure on your opponent instead of this freeze. So that is an option as well. So now I think you're to Skip's first rocks. That rock's wide open. There's a few inches of separation. So this rock should leave pretty easily. Again, if behind the glass, this shot's easy, right? We never miss these shots. But if you would have, even if your third shot rock and you would have came around that corner guard, even if you're back 8 foot, back 12 foot, anywhere dead buried where she couldn't take you out, she would have walked up there and peeled the corner guard. Then you could have frozen to the one on the side. And then actually your 3-ball might be in play. So again, a couple different thoughts on strategy. But again, strategy is great when you're sitting back here and you can make all the shots easy peasy. But fantastic shot there by Kate, and puts the pressure back on Team Keiser to make this shot go away. And it looks like she's got it here. She just fired this thing. Great shot. So that's the issue there of playing that shot. You basically had to be a perfect freeze. Excuse me. You know, with this draw behind this corner guard, you know, you could have been top 8 where you're putting the broom there. You could be on the tee line. You could be back 8. As long as you're dead frozen, it would have made the shot a lot more difficult. And being up 2, they probably would have just peeled the corner guard to not give up 3. Then you could have went over and froze to that rock in the side 8 foot with this shot here. And then with the skipper's last rock, she probably is just going to hit the open rock to give you 2. So you would have had your 2 sewn up. This is a little bit more of a difficult way of trying to generate your 2. You're into the skipper's deuce now. No room for error. Looks like she's pulled the string here. And the leather is being taken off. So, game over. Keiser 4-2 over Scheidegger. And we have our first team in the final here at 3:30 Mountain Time. Thank you all for watching. Again, huge shout out to our main sponsor, Co-op Petroleum here of the Alberta Curling Series Major, as well as Global Machine and Supply. Thank you so much for coming out and sponsoring our events.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.